So I'm just playing around here, looking for parts for this on the internet, and I like to look all around the forums and stuff like that because it's just a better place to go. I only go to the other places afterwards. The forums is the place to go for parts, second-hand parts. I frequent the forums quite often, and there's always threads about Nitro. Now, this isn't intended to sort of sway anyone's opinion or to sort of single-handedly, as a lot of people seem to say to me, save Nitro, because, well, I suppose it's a tricky subject. Is our glow engines, our Nitro engines, in trouble? No, they're not in trouble at all. The problem, or the thing is, it's us. It's people. So let's just have a bit of food for thought. Now, I don't particularly like that phrase. In fact, I don't like that phrase at all. I would never use that phrase. But I can't think of a better one. So food for thought it is. Why do you think people say bad things about Nitro cars? Could it be because they're difficult to start, they're hard to maintain, they're loud, noisy, smelly? No. Those aren't any of the reasons why people say bad things about Nitro. People say bad things about Nitro because they don't understand Nitro. They don't understand a glow engine. These little engines are incredibly harmless and very easy to use when you understand them. It's the same as anything in life. If you don't understand something, think about this carefully now, because this has become the way of, well, it's not a new thing, but it's just the way attitudes have shifted over the last 40, 50 or 60 years. If you don't understand something, what do you do? And it also defines you as a person, your personality. Do you think, okay, I don't understand this, but I'm going to get to understand it because I'm going to conquer this and I want this to work? Or do you come to this thing that you don't understand, dead end, don't understand what's next, I just don't understand it, I'm going to give up, and if anybody asks any questions, I'm just going to say that it's bad, it's a bad thing? No. Some people think that I don't like electric cars. I like electric cars. I like to think I somewhat understand electric RC cars. But I like an engine. I always have, and I probably always will. Talking about me specifically for this part. Now let's think about you and other people. A lot of the time, I get people ask me questions. They pop up on an email or a comment on a video or the endless stream of personal messages on Instagram. I set that Instagram account up because people wanted to be able to ask me questions without going through comments. They just wanted to talk to me directly. So I set up that Instagram account, and apart from having flies and bits of dirt in my eyes, that Instagram account has now become pretty much a full-time job maintaining that. And I get a lot of questions. People say to me, I've bought this Nitro car, I can't get it to run. Nitro is bad. Thing is, you can't get it to run, so what are you going to do? You're going to give up with it. Patience. We don't have patience these days. The modern people don't have patience. They come to a dead end. They want this cool thing which sounds good and seems like fun and whizzes around and looks really cool, but when it comes to getting it to run nicely, which they don't understand how to do. I didn't understand it when I was young. I didn't understand. I mean, I didn't understand any engine when I was young. Everybody starts from the beginning. But I really liked them, and I thought to myself, I don't understand this, so I want to understand it. And I did. And now I can get one of these running perfectly fine in no time at all. arguable for some of you, because I know some of you don't like the way that I get my engines to run, but there is no right or wrong. Now, going back to the modern way and the generic people these days, when it comes particularly to Nitro, I'm talking about people in general, but we are on an RC channel, so we're on about Nitro RC. They buy a car, they say to me, I can't get it to run. And I say, well, try this. Turn that screw there, do that. Have you checked for an air leak? Have you done this? And they go, how do I check for an air leak? I say, well, you do this, you do that. I don't know how to do that. Okay. Have a look at that, do this, spray that, turn that screw. I've done that. Okay. And then they just give up. I'm going to sell it and buy an electric. Now here's the thing, the trouble is, years ago, 30, 40, 50 years ago, I mean these, anything in particular, but I think, pretty sure glow engines have been around for a long time. More than 50 years, I might be wrong. Those of you that are proper geeks probably be able to comment and correct me. But back then, even 20 years ago, 30 years ago, if somebody didn't like something, they would say to themselves, oh, I don't like this, don't understand it, I'll get rid of that. And then if old Jim Ladd or Boris or Melvin or Julie from down the road come along, they might tell them or that, whatever. But that's it. These days, everything goes on the blooming internet, okay? And with the internet, people take that for gospel. People even talk to robots now on the internet, and they take that information as being fact, which is completely bloody bonkers. They call it AI, artificial intelligence. We're not going to talk too much about that, but that's how crazy the world is now. But what the problem is, if someone gets themselves a Nitro car and they can't get on with it because they're the type of person that comes to something and they don't understand, they get to a dead end, they don't understand how to move on, so they then stop and say bad things about it. They then go on the internet and itch their head a bit and then write threads, they comment on videos, they talk to other people in live streams and stuff. Some people even make videos and do all kinds of stuff, and that can spread, I was going to say it can spread a narrative, but I don't think that's the right word, but it can spread. Then other people who also don't understand, but sometimes they haven't even tried whatever that thing is they don't understand, in this case Nitro. I mean, I've come across people, right, they've been going on and on and on. Oh, Nitro's no good, Nitro's bad, Nitro's dying off because it's no good, it's smelly, it's this, it's hard to... They never run right. Doesn't matter what you do, they will never ever run right. You spend all your time playing around with it. But then when you get down to it and you say, okay, what one did you have? What was the matter? They just turn around and point blank. I've never had one. I've always just had electric. Okay. So you've never had a Nitro car with a Nitro engine. But you know that they never run right and blah 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 and they're difficult to start and that kind of stuff, do you? But you've never had one. You've never tried. How do you know all this? Oh, this is what I hear about. You know, you see it on the... Ah, that's the problem. How do you know something if you haven't tried it yourself? You don't. But that's the way the world is now. People go on the internet, they read something, they hear something, they watch something. It's fact. I don't like Nitro. I don't like Nitro. They never run right. I've never had one. I've never tried one. But I don't like them because they never run right. You spend all your time playing around with them. You can never have any fun. Do you see what I mean? So back to the MS UK forum, right, that I was talking about before. I probably got sidetracked and went on about other stuff. There's a thread on there, is Nitro dying or something like that, and I quite often like to have a look at that just for fun. It often comes up, replies and stuff like that. And there is a lot of people that they do give up on Nitro a bit too quick and a bit too easy, and a lot of other people try. But I just think to myself, you know, Nitro is, how can I say it? The hobby of RC is big and broad, right? You've got boats, you've got planes, you've got helicopters, you've got truggies, you've got buggies, you've got touring cars, you've got drifters, you've got off-roaders, you've got on-roaders, you've got all different types, stadium trucks, mini ones, big ones, little ones, all different scales, all different types. You've got electric, brushed, brushless, censored, all different size of Nitro engines. You've got petrol. How can I forget about petrol? You've got petrol. You know, you've got 4-stroke. RC radio controlled is big and broad. All of it involves tinkering. All of it involves learning, and all of it involves a certain amount of getting to a dead end and going, I don't understand what I'm faced with. But all of it requires you to kind of just go, okay, I don't understand this, but I'm going to understand it. I'm not just going to give up and say, I don't like that, it's no good, because it's just no good. It's just no good. Why is it no good? You don't understand it, do you? No, no. So it needs you to go, okay, I don't understand it, but I want to understand it. Different parts of it require more of that than others. Nitro, in my opinion, doesn't require a lot, but that's me. For you, it might require a bit more understanding, but tinkering around is key. Twisting screws, doing that, putting jets and needles in different places to find out how the engine runs. And I don't think Nitro, because as I've said before, the hobby of RC is all tinkering, but also Nitro is mainly tinkering. Going out and running your car is the satisfaction after you've built the car or after you've got the engine running. Going out and playing around with that engine, I mean, personally for me, I'm not really interested in spending the day going over jumps and doing whatever. I'm perfectly happy going out for 10-15 minutes, starting the engine up, going around the field a couple of times, doing a few tweaks to the needles. It's running really well now. I'm happy with myself. That's my satisfaction. Turn it off, go home. Yeah? I'm not really interested in spending hours and hours and hours in a place, going over jumps, going around the fields, doing all that. But that's me. 10-15 minutes, play around with that engine, hearing it run. It runs well. Come home, put it on the shelf, forget about it. Get more flies in my eyes, a bit more dirt in my eye, carry on with life. So, it all depends what you want out of that hobby, I suppose. But I don't think that people should be talking bad about Nitro. Now, what I was going to say before I did get sidetracked was, do I think that Nitro's done? I don't think Nitro is in trouble at all. The problem is us. The problem is people. The modern way that things are now. Someone comes across something they don't understand, instead of going, okay, I'm going to learn to understand this and spending some time playing around with it, doing this, doing that, they just go on the internet, say a load of bad things about it, which then spreads and makes other people's opinions, because they're the same mindset as them other people. Say a load of bad things, spread it around, and that's that. And that is the way the modern society is going nowadays. Younger people are taking that and doing that. They're afraid of learning something new. They come to a dead end. If it's not instant satisfaction, instantly, if it doesn't just work, if they've got to think, they're not interested. That's what I'm afraid of. And it's not just going to affect Nitro and RC cars. It's going to affect loads of things in the world and the way things are and the way things work. That's a fact. I want you to put in the comments whether you agree with my... What's the word for it? I don't know what the word is. Is it a hypothesis? Hypothesis. I don't know if that is the right word, but my opinion, there we go, an easier word. If you agree with what I've been saying, because, here we go again, more things coming into my head. Nitro engines, they haven't changed. The cars, they might have changed design and that, but they haven't actually changed, have they? We changed. Our mindsets have changed. So these are the same, you know. If nobody thought, okay, well, I don't understand this, I'm going to learn to understand it, nobody would know anything. You wouldn't be able to go to someone and say, how do I do this? Because they wouldn't know. Because they wouldn't have learned it from somebody else, and they wouldn't have learned that, and nobody would learn anything if nobody thought, I'm going to understand this. I don't understand it, I'm going to understand it. Anyway, I think I've gone on enough. I just think it's interesting sometimes to put my thoughts out there to you lot, because some of you lot are like-minded, some of you lot relate. It might help some of you lot. You lot might think, some of you might think, oh, you're right. I didn't give my little Nitro car that I've now stuffed in the shed to rot much of a chance. One day it didn't want to run very well, so I didn't know what to do next, so I put it in a cupboard and put it in the shed, put it under the bed, put it on the roof, stuck it in the gutter, put it down the toilet, whatever. I'm going to go and give it another bit of a chance. And I'm going to actually learn. It doesn't happen instantly. You have to learn. Like going to school takes years. It takes a while to learn an engine. Maybe you're going to think that now. And if you do think that, me talking about all this for however long it's been was worth it. Equally to that, you might think, that's a load of rubbish. What are you talking about? I've wasted my life now. Wasted my, however long this is, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm never going to get that back. Fine. That's your mentality. Fine. Anyway, I'm going to go back to looking for parts for that Savage now. Yeah, I am. And I'm probably going to go and wind a few people up on the forum and enjoy my day. I can't wait. I might even have some soup for lunch. Anyway, I'll catch you lot later on. Thanks for watching. Cool, I sounded American then. You said later on. I'll catch you lot later on. And, do you know what I like? You lot, Americans, right? You say your R's really clearly, don't you? Ah, later. You don't go later. You go later. Butter. Get some butter. You say butter or butter? I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, bye. Cheerio. Take care. All the best. And comment. Thank you.